Now, there is also, on one side, jobs are getting reduced, people are not getting jobs. On one side, that is there. Whereas organizations, the IT sector companies, they are also facing the issues of attrition. So, any perspective around that? How can the companies handle that?
So, I think to a certain extent, there is some hype towards it. So, there is a lot of job hopping also which is happening. It is not just the attrition which is the issue. Job hopping is there. At the same time, see, we speak one side about training and all of those. At the same side, we also understand that people are not coming up and trying to develop themselves on the recent technologies. So what happens is from US, they might be asking for XYZ combination, whereas we may not be able to have that XYZ combination in India. Some of the resources are still with the mindset that Java is going to take a leap again for next 20 years, or .NET, Microsoft Technologies is going to be there for next 20 more years. So they have that reluctance that I will not upgrade. I have a future still with this. But things have evolved. So if you look at the JDs which come from US and all that, when we collaborate, we work with the clients. There is a big list of skill set which is really coming these days. It is not just the normal Java. It is not just the normal Python. So Python and Java combination. If you look at SAP recently, I was looking at a JD where SAP and cloud and hundreds of things together has come. So the recruiters keeps complaining to the project manager saying that no, we are not going to get these type of combinations. So what do? So at least like 10 skills when it's been asked, like 2 or 3 skills should be there, right? So we have to try and adapt and learn. So that is one way that I think, because people are not adaptive, I think they are not able to bridge the gap. And that's one of the reasons they feel that they are not able to manage within the team. So I think if you're able to adapt and learn, we should be able to stay safe in the IT. Plus the other reasons what I see is like after the pandemic, people feel that we are working for global companies. One resource would be in Bangalore, the other resource would be in Hyderabad and things like that. So why do we really have to come to office and work? Because everybody is all like spread apart. So I think if that collaborative work environment comes in, I think, for that, the training or the HR and all of them have to put their inputs towards it and try and bridge that gap. So I think these things would also help them to feel more interested and continue with the organization. The other thing is the on-site opportunities which is there. So obviously, you go to US or Europe and stuff like that. The life out there is much different. If you are even if we don't get such living conditions, but at least the salary is high, I think that's a motivation factor for people to continue in India. So, in my thought, I think few of these are the major challenges.
So by collaborative, you mean coming to office, that kind of thing, or something else?
So, see, collaborative in the sense like at least if the HR is able to identify where the gap is. So it's not that everybody, I do not believe that everybody has to come to office. As I told earlier, if there is only in a team of like 20 people, if there is only one person in Bangalore and another person in Hyderabad, it doesn't make any sense. So there should be some collaborative activities, which will motivate a person to work. In most cases, what happens is you've been asked to come to office. You just come and sit in one corner. You don't even know. I mean, all others are aliens to you. You don't even know about the other people who are like sitting next to you. So there is no motivation for you to work. So instead, allow the person to continue as it is and give him in another space where the entire team can collaborate on some other activities. So that is what I was looking.